If you're researching a legal topic, Halsbury's Laws of England, or Halsbury's for short, is a really good starting point. You can access Halsbury's through Lexis Library. When you're on the Lexis homepage, you'll see down the right-hand half of the screen, we've got My Bookshelf. Despite the word my, we actually all have the same bookshelf, so you'll be able to see Halsbury's Laws of England sat on it. You can either browse or you can search. Now, if you've seen Halsbury's on the shelves in Headington Library, you'll know that it consists of dozens and dozens of volumes, all bound in black. And each of those volumes is split up into numbered paragraphs, and each paragraph deals with a particular aspect of the law. So, if you want, you can go into a volume, browse the names of the paragraphs, and jump into a particular paragraph that way. But can be a bit long-winded, so search is often a quicker option. So I'm going to click on search, and it gives me a search terms box. I'm interested in hate speech, so that's what I'm going to pop in the box. Look at how I'm popping the two words in speech marks to glue them together into a phrase. If I didn't do that, it would just find me everything that contained hate and contains speech. I press search, and what it will do is it will give me all the results for paragraphs in Halsbury's laws that talk about hate speech, or hat speech, as Lexis is quite insistent on. So it's found me 5 results, and you can see it's highlighted the word hate speech. So here it's telling me the paragraph number and also the name of the topic of that paragraph. It can also be quite helpful if you get a number of results to look at the location. Remember me saying that Halsbury's was split up into volumes, and often each volume would deal with a single area of law. So we can see that this top one comes from the volume called Rights and Freedoms. And actually, these all come from the volume called Rights and Freedoms. But if one of them came from a volume that was about company law, you might think, actually, that's not what I'm interested in. I'm not going to bother looking at that one. So from a quick look at the titles, I think this one called Freedom of Expression seems the sort of thing I want to look at. So let's go and have a look. So this is a fairly typical entry from Halsbury's. All it is 2 quite short paragraphs long. Really, it's only a couple of hundred words. But the magic of Halsbury's are the footnotes. If the footnotes don't open up, you can click on footnotes at the bottom to make them display. Look at the footnotes. There's way more of these than there are of the actual paragraph. And here, these expand on the paragraph and they point you towards case law and they point you towards legislation where the law of the freedom of expression is set out. So when you're researching a topic, you can look it up in Halsbury's laws and straight away you can see, oh, look, this is where the key legislation is and this is where the key case law is. One final thing to point out about Halsbury's. If you want to cite Halsbury's in your work, if you look in the OSCOLA handbook, you'll see there is a section specifically about Halsbury's. And the 2 key bits of information you need are the volume number, which you can find down here, it's volume 88A, and the paragraph number, which you can see up here, 450. Okay, happy searching.